Yeah, I mean, thankfully my family doesn't live near the border communities, but obviously the core of what occurred there is affecting everyone. And the raining of rockets and the trauma that kids are experiencing, running into shelters and running into stairwells, and everyone knows someone who is missing or lost their lives. And I have a big family in Israel, and I also have, cousins and their children who are now deployed. And it's just a really sad, difficult time there. When this all started, the day before, we had an amazing day in Jerusalem and visiting sort of old friends in Abu Ghosh, which is that Arab village, and just like having an amazing time. And then on Friday night, I went to Rehovot. And basically Saturday morning woke up to sirens, and I had, despite being in Israel many times in my life, I'd actually never been there during something like that. So I was a bit confused, and then my aunt sort of came to the room and said, "We gotta go right now." And so all of Saturday was kind of spent in and out of the stairwell. So I mean, thankfully we were all safe and no one hurt. But we spent all day just watching the news, and to be honest, like we were sort of waiting for the communications from the government, and my brothers just decided to go to the airport and just wait there and try and get on a flight. So they did that. Then they called me and my dad in Rehovot and said, "If you can get here 20 minutes, we're going to get on the flight." So we hadn't had a notification yet to get on a flight. So we just showed up and we were able to get on, thankfully. and then the flight was great, and we got to Athens, and everyone was really helpful and made sure we knew where we were going, what we were doing. Unfortunately, there was no hotels, so pretty much everyone was sleeping on the airport. So we've all had very little sleep, but super happy to be home. Well, I wasn't with them. They were here in Toronto. Thank God. We decided to do just a family trip with my dad and my two brothers. My mom passed away a year ago and she's Israeli, so we went to be with her family. So I kept thinking, thank God my kids aren't here, because the trauma that the kids are feeling there, that was the worst. And I didn't know what was about to happen, right? We knew they were firing rockets. I know this happens, and thank God for the Iron Dome, right? So nothing had hit in our area, although there were a few, but yeah, that was sort of where my head was at. And then it was like turning on the news and going, holy, like, this is insane. This is like, I mean, Jews haven't experienced this since the Holocaust. I mean, this is a major massacre. And the stories every day, the stories of the people missing and the people who lost their lives is heart-wrenching. It is, I can't even describe. I just think that it's completely unprecedented what happened here. And there's no moral equivalency. And Israelis understand very much that Gazans are going to be hurt by this, ordinary citizens trying to live their lives, and that also hurts us. But what happened here was a complete slaughter, and it cannot happen again. Like, it just cannot, and no country would allow that.
It's a bit surreal. I'm still, not shell shocked, but I'm still processing what it's like, how it feels. Like, there's a part of me that feels I'm back in the car, rushing from the apartment to the airport, wondering if we'll get hit by a bomb or what. So it wasn't until a moment got to Ben Gurion Airport and saw the Canadian flags, like, it suddenly my stress went down. Like I say, an email saying you'll hear for us in 24 hours, nothing at all. So at this point, we go to the airport. Thankfully, we had the sense to just hang around, and someone volunteer came and said there's 2 more spots. Then said there's 4 more spots, so I was able to call my dad and sister, and they rushed over. We got on the plane. The next thing though, there was a lot of empty seats in the plane. So I don't know what that means. People said they'd come and they didn't. Or I do think overall there has to be better, in situations like this, better communication to those that need it.